Hi, Lost Ladino here. I took out the decoration. Even with my best Martin guitars, I tuned the top from the inside. Sanding from the inside in certain spots that I know. I saw Monsieur doing and describing, but also I'm going to be doing the spots that I know from my study of classical and flamenco guitars. And I'll be getting in here as I go along, just over the months and even years, and just playing with this top here, right? So that's how I take a good oud. This is a good oud, no knocking it. I'm going to turn it into a great oud. There's a third bracing right here. So it's cross, angle. This brace goes right before the bridge underneath here. So I'm not going to touch the bracing yet. That's how we turn a decent oud into a great oud. I guess I should have done an original tap, but this is becoming more resonant. After a little bit more, just a slight bit more resonance. I'm starting to hear some great mids. Well, listen, just a little bit, and listen to what happened. A little bit over here between this bottom brace and this next brace. I mean, starting to rattle things in the room. Now I touched between this brace and this brace. I'm touching between this brace and this brace. Understand, the thinner a top, the more bass response. When you thin a top, it allows the bass wave, big long bass wave, right? Big long bass wave. The short little treble wave sets right up. Actually, if there's more mass on the top, there's going to be more treble. But the bass wave, big and long, right? Big long bass wave. And if the top can move, thinner tops move, that's how you get better bass response. So there's a spot doing these on guitars and on ouds. There's this sweet spot in the middle that if you go too far one way or the other, you either lost your bass response or you lost your treble, mid, and treble response. But, you know, even then I found if, let's say, you take too much off and you don't get a good treble response, that a cross brace on this end, right here, see this here? So this comes here and here, right? A little cross brace, somehow out from here, even if you put it in between, just a small one, short one, will solidify the top and you get a, hey, what am I doing? Will solidify the top and you get a better response. It's happening. I don't know if you can hear it here, but I'm hearing it. I'm working on this one right here. In flamenco and Spanish guitar, you'll find the entire, like this will be thicker and everything around it will be thinner. So you want to keep this thicker. And then the right hand top facing is thin and so is the left hand. Not so much, you know, you get this here, this is part of your, you thin down, but not all the way to the edge. And something happened, listen. Hear that ring? I think just a few more swipes and I'm gonna call it a day, put these strings on. I'm gonna leave this out of the sound hole. Notice it's ringing more and the note is coming up just a bit. The more bracing you have, it's mass and it's going to kill the bass. If you do over brace, it's going to kill the bass. And I want to bring the bass out, and like I said, without destroying the treble on this. I'm going to call this a day for now. I guess I should have done an original tap, but this is becoming more resonant. Wow, that's such a difference than when I started. So I did touch, let's see. I touched the main brace. The main brace right here, right there, runs here, right? Main brace has a scallop in it. I didn't touch that. There's some scallop bracing all around the sound hole here. So I'm gonna call it a day. And here's my warning. Don't do this at home, people. No, don't you do it. I'm saying, don't you do it. If you start doing it, take it a little bit at a time. Look, here we go. Listen, this is the final tap. I guess I should have done an original tap, but this is becoming more resonant. That pile of dust in there. Sometimes I've been able to blow the dust out, and you saw it. Somebody blowing the Aquila strings on. This is the exact moment when I come to the light on Aquila strings that they aren't made for every oud. Back to my labellas, and let's see the difference. These babies, these Aquilas aren't for everybody. They aren't for every oud. All I had was these, the A's, which had a thicker string for the high string. So I had to tune this down 2 steps. I think it was tuned to a D. The smaller strings had this tuned down to a C. And I kept this one. Would I do it again? Who knows? That's a coin toss because it sounded pretty good when it started out. And it's a whole different oud now. But I'm going to live with it, and I'm going to learn it. It's just so much fun working on instruments. And you have a bunch of surprises. And most of the time they're good. And this is one of the times that it's 2 thumbs up. So God bless you, folks. Don't try this at home. But if you're hyperactive like me, that never stopped you, huh? Did it?